Greetings everyone, this is Sarpan, an intern and Intellify, and in this video we are going to discuss about line plot. So line plots are widely used across industries such as finance and biology for stock forecasting and decay forecasting. So in this video we are going to see how we can plot line plots. So first we are going to import the basic libraries, which is matplotlib and numpy. Now we are going to create two arrays, x and y. X will be the date from 1 to 15. So we can create this as an array as using numpy function arrange. So np.arrange 1 to 16, which will create an array from 1 to 3, 4 up to 15. Next we are going to create an array y, which will be the value of our stock market. Let us give some random variables for y. So this is 100, 120. So now we have given the values for x and y. So let us load this data. Now we will create a basic line function, line plot. We will do this by using plt.plot method, where we have to give the parameters x and y for x-axis and y-axis respectively. Then we are going to say this graph using plt.show. So here you can see that our line plot has been plotted, where the x ranges from 0 to 15, the value starting from 1, and you can see that the line plot has been plotted for the values of y accordingly. Now we are going to customize our line plots with markers, line styles, annotations, and legends. So let's see how it is done. So for marker, so we can give markers to the points, each and every points, for better representation. So we will see how we are going to do that. We will use plt dot plot method again. We are going to give the parameters x comma y, and then we are going to give the parameter marker. So this is going to create circular marks in this point, in all these points. So now we are going to give also the x level and y level, plt.x level. Similarly, y level, plt.title. So we are going to give the title as line plot with marker O. Now we are going to say our graph. So now you can see that our line plot has been plotted with marker O, and you can basically see that a round circular, small circular dots has been plotted for all the points, all the 15 points. So it is a better representation. Now we can give various types of markers, such as this caret marker also. So the same thing will be done, except for here for marker O, where we need to assign this caret sign. Let us change our title also. So now you can see that our line plot has been changed, and we are having small triangular points for representing the points. Now let us see line style. So what is line style? Line style is this one. So instead of having straight and solid lines, we can have dotted or spaced lines also. So how we are going to use that? Let us see. So for better representation, we are going to have a bigger figure. So we are using plt.figure, fig size equal to, let us give it 10,7. Now we are going to give the same X label, Y label, and title XY line plot with marker O, and line style semicolon. So this is going to have a dotted text structure for our line. So how we are going to use it? We are using plt.plot method. We will be using the same X, Y, and marker. And then we are going to have line style equal to, so now you can see that our line has been plotted with dotted structure. So similarly we can give another line style, the dashed line style. The only thing we have to change over here is having a 2 dashes. So let us see our graph. So you can see that our line has been plotted with dashed structure. So the next feature that we will be adding to a line plot is X and Y coordinates and displaying it over here. So how we are going to use that? Copy this. Still plotting the same graph, and for annotating each point with its X and Y coordinates, what we are going to do is that we are going to run a loop covering each and every point of X and Y axis, and then we are going to use plt.text method to display our data on the graph. So let us see how is it done. So for running a loop covering each and every point, we are going to use for in range length of X. Now we are going to have a variable xi equal to, so what we are going to have is a floating point value for our coordinates. So this is going to create a floating point value with one value after the decimal, and then we are going to use the format, and in this data xi we are going to give the value of xi, x of I. So this is going to cover each and every point of X. Similarly for Y, we are going to use yi is equal to y of I. So what this xi and yi is going to store is the floating point value of each and every point of X and Y respectively. So next we are going to create a string for displaying our data, and in the string we are going to represent as point P, and in the point P we are going to load the string str xi, so for x as the x value. Then we are going to have an comma plus str of yi, which is going to give the value of the y coordinates, plus now we are going to use plt.text method, and we are going to give the value of xi and comma yi, and we are going to fill the value with the string s. So let us see our graph. So here you can see that our line has been plotted, and also it is representing the x and y coordinates respectively. So we can shift the value of x and y a little bit higher. So here we are going to add some values such as 0.03. Let us see this graph. So now let's increase this value. So now you can see that our points are now clearly visible. So this is how you can annotate x and y coordinates. Next we are going to discuss about plotting multiple lines in the same graph. So this is useful for data visualization and analysis. So let us see how we are going to do that. So we are going to have a bigger than usual. So we will use bigger size. We are going to pass the tuple of length and width. Then we are for x-axis we are going to have an array ranging from 1 to 10. For by 1 we are going to have values ranging from we are going to have random values and p random, and the values will be in the range of 10. Similarly for y2 and y3. Next let us create our x label and y label respectively. Here is our x label. This will be our y label. In the y label we are going to represent y1 comma y2 comma y3 plt.title. So we are representing multiple line plots. Now for plotting, the trick is to use plt.plot method twice. So we are going to give the parameters x comma y1. Now we can give the marker equal to O, and then we are going to give a label so that we can use legends and for better representation afterwards. So this is line 1. So similarly we are going to use this one again. Now for y2 we are going to have a different marker this time. And this will be our line 2. Then again for our line 3, that is y3, we are going to have a marker caret. So let us now give different line style also. So line style is equal to so we are going to have a dotted line structure, and the label will be line 3 plt.legend. We are going to use legends for better representation, and then let us see our graph. So now I can see that our line has been plotted. So it is ranging from 0 to 10 here, and you can see that our line 1, line 2, line 3 has been plotted and good for data analysis. So you can see the data and then figure out at which point which value is bigger and so on. Next we are going to discuss about scatter plot. Let us plot a scatter plot by use the marker O. So first we are going to use the scatter method. This is a scatter method. We will give plt.scatter. Then our parameters x and y. Marker equal to, we can give any type of parameter that we like. Here we are giving a circle, and then color is equal to red. For red we are going to just give R. For the next points we are going to give the same x label, y label and title. So let us just copy this, and so we are having x, y, and then a title as scatter plot. plt.show. So you can see that our scatter plot has been plotted for x and y, and you can see that the values are placed all across the graph because we have used y is equal to random dot random, so it is all random values. So next we are going to make a scatter plot using the plot function, plot method. So how we are going to do that, let us see. For that we are going to use plt.plot method. We'll give x comma y, then marker equal to, let us give this time hashtag, and then the trick here is to give the line style equal to none. We won't be having any type of line over here, so that's why it is going to plot the scatter plot. We'll use the same x label, y label, and plt.show. Now let us see our graph. So you can see that our scatter plot has been plotted, and you can see that we are having a markers of asterisk over here. So this is our scatter plot. Next we are going to discuss about plotting scatter plot for two different data sets. So the trick here is using the scatter method twice. So for this examples, let us take marks scored by section students of section A. So this will be equal to, so let us give a marks out of 100 for 10 students, so 79, 90. So once we have plotted 10 values each for section A and section B students, value for x-axis, so this will be np.arrange from 1 to 10, and then we will use plt.scatter method. So first we are going to give x, then marks for section A students. Color we are going to give first one as red, and we are going to give label. So we are going to use the same method, plt.scatter. Now we are going to give marks scored by the students in section B. Color is equal to, we are going to give a blue, and label equal to section. Now similarly the x label, y label. In the x label we have the marks range, and the y label we have y-axis we have marks scored. Title plot is scatter plot. We'll use plt.legend. Now let us view our graph. Alright, just so now you can see that our scatter plot has been plotted, and it is good for data comparison. You can see that our scatter plot has been plotted. Next we are going to discuss about bubble plots. 3D version scatter plot is nothing but bubble plot, so where the size of each marker is variable along x and y. So let us see how we can plot a bubble plot. So we'll give the same x is equal to np.arrange from 1 to 100, y equal to np.random 100. So this is going to give a value of y will be from 0 to 1 with 100 values from ranging from 0 to 1. Now we are going to have a bigger figure for better representation. X as the tuple, length comma width 10 comma 10, and then we will use plt.scatter method again. X comma y. So the trick here is to use s, where s is the size of our markers. So we will give s size equal to y into 100. So for bigger values of y we will having bigger bubbles, and for smaller values of y we will having smaller bubbles. And then marker equal to O and color equal to red. Now let us view our graph. So you can see that a bubble plot has been plotted with smaller values having smaller bubbles and bigger values having bigger bubbles. And you can specify the X label, Y label and the title accordingly. Now let us learn about a new method, 3D scatter plot. So for 3D scatter plot, there is another library, MPL Toolkits mplot 3D for 3D projections. So let us see how we can import this one. So we will start by importing this library by using form MPL Toolkits import mplot 3D. So let us begin by creating a 3D axis and let us see how we can visualize it. So the function is plt.axis and the parameter is projection equals 3D. So you can see that our 3D graph has been plotted. So this is just an example of 3D axis. So let us see how we can plot by taking some values. So for the same, we are going to take this input values X and Y. Then the same method we are going to use plt.figure. Figure size, tuple of length comma width. Then we will use the plt.axis method giving the same position is equal to 3D for 3D plotting. And plt.scatter method. Here we will specify our X and Y parameters, size of our bubbles, and then for color we are going to use color map equal to. So there are many different color maps, so you can choose accordingly according to your choice. Now we are going to give plt.x label for our x-axis and plt.y label for our y-axis. Now let us see our graph. So now you can see that our 3D graph has been plotted with smaller values having smaller bubbles in the bottom of our plot and bigger bubbles having bigger values at the top of our plot. So this is the way you can plot 3D plots for better representation. So to this we come to an end to our lecture. So in this tutorial you learned about line plot, the basics, adding features such as markers, line styles, annotations and legends. Then we learned about plotting multiple line plots in the same graph for data analysis and comparison. Then we learned about scatter plots, plotting scatter plots by two different methods, plt.scatter and plt.plot. Then we learned about plotting scatter plot for two different data sets for comparison and analysis. Then we learned about bubble plot and 3D scatter plot. Thank you. In the next lecture we are going to learn about box plots and violin plot. So stay tuned. Thank you.